Ever felt like you're in a rut? Like no matter how hard you push yourself, you're just not reaching your goal? It's discouraging. You set ambitious targets. Maybe it's going to the gym daily, waking up at 5 a.m., cutting out sugar, reading a book a week. Basically, you want to become a whole new, better version of yourself instantly. You're hungry for change, and it feels amazing at first. You're fired up, committed, unstoppable, wondering how you ever lived any other way. But then, little by little, things shift. The excitement wears off. You skip a gym session, sleep through your alarm, reach for that burger instead of a salad. And soon, all those goals start fading one by one, until you're left feeling like you failed. Back at square one, it's a frustrating cycle, and so many of us know it all too well. Here's the truth: if you're stuck, it's because your approach to self-improvement might be off. This isn't your fault. Media and marketing often sell us on this ideal of a perfect routine, the perfect self. They present this flawless life as if it's something right within our grasp. It's not about you not trying hard enough. It's about trying to change too much, too quickly. There's a major pitfall many of us fall into with self-improvement, which is the all-or-nothing mentality. We love big dreams, and we think that's what it takes to change our lives. And while big dreams are valuable, the problem arises when we try to achieve everything all at once, as if an overnight transformation is possible. When we think our whole life has to change in one massive swoop, we're only setting ourselves up for failure. Why does this happen? After all, shouldn't it just take discipline to stick to our goals? But the truth is, it's easy to overwhelm ourselves by taking on too much at once. Changing deeply rooted habits, routines, and mindsets all at once is a massive ask. No wonder it's so hard. Here's what usually happens as the initial motivation fades. You start skipping things here and there: an exercise session, the early wake up, choosing phone time over goals. You begin feeling like you've let yourself down, thinking, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, and you give up entirely, retreating to your comfort zone. If this sounds familiar, you've probably been unknowingly sabotaging yourself. Self-sabotage often comes in the form of unrealistic expectations. Maybe you see someone else's success online, think it looks simple, and dive in head first, or you feel pressured to reach that level of progress just as quickly. But nothing worth achieving is easy. Comparing yourself to others or expecting instant success just leads to frustration and eventually disappointment. Perhaps your goals are too big or not broken into manageable steps, or you haven't prepared for challenges along the way. The problem here is often an over-reliance on willpower, hoping it will carry you through. But willpower isn't enough on its own. The more you lean on it, the more likely burnout becomes. This leads to that familiar cycle of starting, stopping, and feeling like you're going nowhere. So, why do small changes matter? What if the key wasn't about pushing harder, but actually doing less? Enter the 1% rule, a simple yet powerful concept championed by author and coach Tommy Baker. Instead of transforming yourself overnight, focus on being just 1% better each day. Think of it like this: if you improve by just 1% daily, you'll be 37 times better by the year's end. Small improvements compound over time. Tommy Baker even put it well, saying, "Little hinges swing big doors." In other words, it's the small things that make the biggest impact. Without those little hinges or changes, there's no door, no growth, no movement. How do you break the cycle? The answer is straightforward: small steps. It's about making progress, not being perfect. There's no need to overhaul your life in one go. Start with sustainable, easy to maintain changes that fit into your routine. Once a change feels like second nature, move to the next one. For instance, rather than committing to an intense workout every day, start with a simple 10-minute walk. Once that's a habit, build from there. Instead of a 30-minute meditation, start with 3. These might seem tiny, but over time, they build up. And more importantly, they're sustainable. This approach works because you're not overloading yourself. You're building momentum and focusing on the journey rather than just the result. It's not only easier to stick to, but makes the process enjoyable. These small wins create a ripple effect, building your confidence along the way. As you become more confident, taking bigger steps toward your goals starts to feel natural. What's the ripple effect? When you make a commitment to small improvements, it's not just one part of your life that changes, it starts a chain reaction. A 1% boost in your health leads to more energy, which improves productivity, which builds confidence, And that confidence flows into better relationships, more opportunities, and a greater sense of fulfillment. All this begins with one small step. And the best part is, it's completely sustainable as your normal slowly changes. You're no longer relying on motivation or sheer willpower. You're building habits that shape your life. How do you start? First, define what 100% means for you. What does that goal look like? Then, chart the path to this 100% by identifying each 1% step. You might feel eager to jump in and transform yourself, but staying realistic is key. Small steps could be as simple as drinking an extra glass of water, writing an additional 100 words, or taking a short walk. Once you've mastered one, add another. Techniques like habit stacking, popularized by author James Clear, are also useful. This involves linking small changes together to build a routine. When one habit reminds you to do the next, there's less resistance to sticking with good choices. Over time, these little changes snowball into bigger outcomes. It's about the journey and the progress each 1% brings. Before you know it, you'll be you, but better. So, can you see now how self-improvement might have been getting away from you? Why big life changes have often led to cycles of frustration and lack of confidence? Breaking this cycle takes a shift in approach, and we've covered what you need to know to get started. From understanding the all-or-nothing trap to recognizing self-sabotage and breaking the cycle with small, manageable changes, there are countless ways to start applying the 1% rule to your life. Share one small change you're making today in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.